Welcome to the show, everyone. I am so excited about bringing on my first guest who has been on with me several years now. We're live on Facebook, so hi to everybody out there. Like us and follow us. We're going to share the show later on. I have with me Ken Kilday. He's the owner of Leaders Cut. He is a professional certified coach. You're a business coach. And I did ask you earlier, I want you to tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you do. And then I want you to kind of tell everybody what making the cut means to you.
Sure. What I do is I work with business owners and executive level leaders who are running a business, and generally speaking, they have a formula for success. They work really hard, they work their butts off, and they have a unique idea they're bringing to their market, and they do really well at that. And then one day they realize they've gotten about as far as they're going to go, and what used to be their hard work and their awesome ethic is suddenly a roadblock, meaning all decisions come through them, because that's how it was when they started, when it was just them, and that will only grow you so fast, because if that's the only person that can get asked questions or that knows how things operate, then your business is really limited. So what I help them do is get all of that awesome genius from their brain, the whole magic of the business that they created, to build that into a predictable, repeatable system that everybody that ever works with them, for them, near them can follow and be successful with. So there's equal parts process and leadership, and that ultimately ends up in some decent profit if they really apply themselves.
If they're willing to be coachable.
If they're willing to be coachable, yeah. I mean, it's like coaching a business is similar to coaching a sport. Elite athletes have coaches because coaches help them tap into their native skill and use it to win games. Coaches don't teach you the game, they coach the game, and I'm coaching the game of business is what I'm doing. I'm observing how you're playing. I'm getting to know you and what makes you tick, what you hold dear in terms of core values, and then we move forward on that to really codify how everyone can follow along.
Many times on this show, you have said that you're not teaching people how to do it. You're telling them how they could do it maybe a little bit better.
And sometimes I'm telling them how they're actually playing it, right? They can't see themselves play the game. The analogy often uses every golfer has a swing coach to help. So if somebody's standing back watching how they're holding the club, where their arms are moving. Every sport is like that in terms of where's your racket, where are you holding the football, where are you moving your feet towards the ball. All of it is the same in the sense of we can't see ourselves and what we're doing, but if somebody plays it back for us, then we can choose differently to get more out of our natural ability.
And isn't that so important in business? What do you mean by making the cut?
Making the cut, it's a nod towards being that elite status. So, a lot of people could play a sport just for fun, just amateur on the weekend, and that's a lot of fun. And if you've kind of got a business that's giving you enough and it's easy for you and there's very low stress and you're not looking to grow it or change it or build it, then good. You probably don't need a coach. If you're looking to build it into something that you had originally envisioned and you're kind of at a spot where you're not quite sure why it's not going that way anymore, then that's the time that you start talking to coaches and see if one of us can really help you make the cut, get to that elite level.
What I love about you is that you love to give so much away and have help people understand what coaching is really all about, and you like for people to find that out so that they can have, let's say, a consultation with you, find
Sure.
out if you're right fit. But before that, you offer so much, and I want to talk about the Academy and what that comes with, because we're going to open up the lines for everyone to get this Academy that normally would cost money, but it doesn't when you call me at the station here. So first of all, tell them a little bit about it. It's awesome.
So the Silver Bullet Academy builds off of the book, the 6 silver bullets you need to grow your business fast. And in the 6 silver bullets, it highlights 6 elements that every business owner will encounter one of those challenges. Most will encounter several. Not everybody encounters all. So the Academy then breaks that down into 21 discrete segments that give just a deeper dive into each one of those categories and helps the business owner deep dive and fix, if you will, where there is something to fix. But as with everything that I produce and put out into the public, I always call you choose your own adventure. So if lesson number 20 is the one that really resonates with you, that's where you should start. So there isn't a where should people start. Wherever you're stuck, whatever resonates, right when you read it, you're like, oh wow, yeah. I need to dive into that. I need to spend some time with that. And my thought process behind all of that is, if you find it intriguing and there's something there for you, and you can do it on your own, that's great. Then go ahead and do it on your own. And at some point, you may see the value in having an objective partner alongside you that is not a paid employee, not a family member, not married to you, that will offer some perspective that is familiar with business that may be helpful to you.
You can go up onto the website, which is makingthecut.biz, and everything that you see there, except the Academy, is for you. He's also the author of the 6 Silver Bullets that every business needs to know to grow your business fast, which is the original one. And you're going to get that for free. You're going to get, there's a calculator there that's for free. There's a lot there that you're going to see when you go up onto the website. You will see the Academy as well that would normally cost money, but if you call in here to me, you're going to get that for free. So our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. The website is makingthecut.biz. Go up there and check it out while you're listening to this, because you're going to love what you see. The book, by the way, only takes 23 minutes to read. So, and that's the way you are with everything. I think that you like to get down to the nitty-gritty.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get down to it. Let's see where the problem is.
Yeah.
Let's fix it.
Well, you know what, my trick in doing that is simply because most people who own businesses or run businesses are busy people. In other words, they already feel like they don't have time. They don't feel like they have time to do what they want to do adequately. They feel like they don't have time to do extra. It just feels like they're under pressure in that regard. So what I want to do is offer something that they can take a quick look at that's going to be time effective, right?
But not only just time effective and taking a quick look at it, the minute you look at it, you want to dive more.
Mm-hmm.
Because what I love about all of the things, the book and even the Academy, all of it, you feel like you have you right there. I've said it a million times, and I really like that. And it's not something that's hard, right? You've made it very simple for people. And I think the best thing is for you to check out this website, check him out, right? Go in and check him out and see what it's all about. Once you get involved with all of this, what's nice is that you get to connect with Ken,
Sure.
and you can talk and see where we're at now and take the next step. And let me tell you something, folks. When you really want to go to the next level, having a coach, there's nothing like it. We all know that in sports, none of them would be where they are unless they had a coach.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And a lot of times these phenomenal players, those that are gifted with some natural physical ability, often credit their coach with helping them really make the most of it. So we can't reiterate enough. This is a partnership relationship. I'm not there to teach you business. I'm there to provide resources. I'm there to make things clearer for you. I'm there to point out where you might be getting in your own way. I'm there to point out where your gifts lie. But I'm not there to do it for you. And the other component that I think people often ask about is, well, you just want to coach me forever. Well, not necessarily, not unless you're going to get something from it. So sometimes I'll get that question, and a part of it I think is just based on business owners are very naturally suspicious of other people that want to sell them something. So a great coaching relationship can and does go on for years. And I answer the question the way I would always answer it, which is how long do you need to coach? How long did Tom Brady need to coach to keep winning Super Bowls?
Well, I think too, once you go up on here and you see everything that he offers, he's not really trying to sell you anything. Mm-hmm. He's trying to give you and show you what good coaching is all about, and what the difference between a coach and a certified coach is, and you can tell the minute you go up onto the website. which is makingthecut.biz. Go up there, check it out, see all the things that you're going to get for free. And when we come back, we're going to talk about the new free item that you also have for this part of the year. And let me just say this too, folks. It's summertime. So it's a good time for everybody to take that time now so that you can start gearing up for when it's not as hot out, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
And that's the most important time, especially for our business after a summer here. So go to the website, makingthecut.biz. You're going to see everything that you get is free except the Academy. So call in here, and you can call at 602-277-5369, and you're going to get the Academy for free by calling me. Again, 602-277-5369. It's makingthecut.biz. Hang tight, we'll be back in just a minute. I got pretty far. Did it sound okay?
Yeah, you.
I was like trying to
Come on,
get it to go.
Good to see you.
Did you see that? Hold on. Did you see that? That was so funny. I was trying to go up and down so that it would move a little bit. Okay, we got one down.
Could be a 90-minute, 30-minute show.
Okay. So, hold on tight.
I don't think he's going anywhere.
I don't think he cares.
Like, it's okay, Carol, pay by the hour, you just take your time.
Yeah, take your time.
You need your lozenge?
I have them here, it's not working.
Oh,
It's just a little mint.
okay.
But the lozenge isn't gonna do any better, I don't think.
Okay.
I think this is one, I'm trying to open it up, the airwaves. You know what I
Tablespoon
mean?
of olive oil, maybe?
No,
So those
doesn't
singers
sound really
use.
bad.
Huh.
I thought we were doing fine there for a
It
minute.
did, just right up to the end, we're losing some air.
Okay, I'm not sick in any way, it's just weird. Okay, here we go.
All right.
So welcome back, everyone. We're talking with Ken Kilday. He's the owner of Leaders Cut. He is a business coach. He's a professional certified business coach. We've got our lines open here for everyone to get this academy that he does as a giveaway to everybody. But on the website, when you go up there, there's a lot for free. But then the academy costs money, though it won't cost a dime. All you have to do is call me here at 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. And you're going to get that for free, and you're going to love it that you did. I want to talk about something that you brought up to me before you came on today, because now is the time. It's quarterly business reviews. Now tell everybody what you've done. He's so awesome, and he's giving this away. Let's talk a little bit about what it is, and then why people need to do it.
Yeah, we sent it out in the newsletter that went out this morning, and
I got mine.
Yeah, it's just, and you can sign up at the website if you want to see the newsletter. But yeah, we try to always give a little nugget of some sort, a great business book to read, a great leadership book to read, and then these quick templates that people can use for their business. This is the mid-year review, because we're coming up to the end of a quarter, and that's always a great time to assess how the last 90 days went and be really intentional about the next 90 days. You know, the old, I think it's Alice in Wonderland or Through the Looking Glass quote of, if you don't know where you're going, any road will get you there. Well, the same is true of your business. The reason it may feel out of control for you is there's no intention behind the plan. So wherever you are at this year, if you've had a plan, great. If you haven't, well, let's either evaluate how your plan's going or start to build one so that you can have some real focus around what you and your team are doing every single day.
Now, the business review that you're talking about, does it go for every business? Is a business review that you do for one person fit for all?
The structure, the template works for everybody, right? Every single business has a product or a service. Every business has some sort of marketing arm, if you will, to promote. And then every business manages the machine, the money, etc. So the components of most businesses are the same. Are there some specialty items? Sure there are. But more often than not, when people say, oh, you know, this particular business industry is unique, well, as we dive in, there are some common elements to it. Maybe there are some peculiarities in there. But by and large, my templates will work for any business, absolutely any business. I've yet to find one that said, nope, you've left X out.
No, not for sure.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about two of those templates. They're within the book.
They're
right?
everywhere.
They're everywhere, and those are free to you as well. Go out, check him out on his website, which is makingthecut.biz. Go up there, you're going to see everything that you're going to get. The book for people who've just tuned in, it's the 6 silver bullets that every business needs to grow their business fast.
Mm-hmm.
And he wrote that. You can read it fast because it only takes 23 minutes to read the book.
Right.
There's all sorts of other things up there that you're also going to get for free. Now, you're also going to get the mid-year review for free, the quarterly review for free. So, and when you go up there, you're going to see that the Academy costs money, but you can call me here, and I'll get you connected with Ken, and you'll get that free too. So our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll-free it's 1-866-536-1100. And we've always have to talk about this, and I think this is a good time to do it. Everything that you do is basically for any business. And I want you then to understand too that you can be a solopreneur, because when we talk about business coaches and we're talking about, you know, the things that you bring up here, sometimes they think that it has to be bigger
it's
than
someone else's business, not mine. Right. So a solopreneur is a good example, but even as solopreneurs, you and I still use contractors. I have contractors and experts that I use to help run my business, because you know, that's part of the work that I do, is mapping out who should own each seat that is necessary in the business. Your and my natural skill set may not be the best for doing the books or creating social media posts, etc. So I have relationships throughout. Even though I don't have W-2 employees, I still have a team that works for me, with me, beside me, and supports me. So therefore, I have to have a business plan as well, right?
So everybody really needs that, and having a coach, having somebody standing there and helping you through and seeing it from a different perspective, I think that's the most important thing, because sometimes when we're in the thick of it, which is really just trying to make money, so you don't see, you also don't see what you do well, which you also like to point out for people.
Of course. Yeah, it's important to point out what is the natural gift. Where are you uniquely positioned to excel in your industry? What is it that you brought that was different than anyone else was bringing? So you have to know what you're good at, so that you can also be honest with what rightly belongs in someone else's plate.
And also, when you go up onto the website and you see this, again, we want you to understand, you can start at your pace. It's for you to do whatever works for you. Doesn't mean you have to start at page 1 and go all the way through. When you start reading it, you'll see that you can pick and choose what works for you. And then what happens after you've done that, you start realizing, I need the other two.
Yeah.
You know, it's so true.
Right. I need to go back. And you may even read through things and think, gosh, I don't have time for that right now. And then eventually you'll get to the time management component and realize you fell into the trap again. Right? You started something, you didn't finish it, you moved to the next thing because you, quote, didn't have time. Where if you paused an extra 90 seconds, you might have finished something and then moved on to the next thing. So there are elements all the way through. There are lots of opportunities for building your self-awareness. And the big question is, what are you going to do with your self-awareness? What action will you take that furthers your goals that you haven't been taking?
Go up onto the website. It's makingthecut.biz. The Academy, you're going to see costs some money, but not if you call me. You're going to get it for free, as well as he's also giving everybody the quarterly business review. And you're going to love that you have all of this. So our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. So important for any business to know where you are now, to know where you're going to go.
Sure.
Right?
Well, that's exactly the point. And when I was, I came from the financial services industry, cut my teeth as a certified financial planner. Financial planning and business coaching are so similar in that success comes from knowing where you want to be. So in the 6 Silver Bullets, one of the first things we discuss is you have to start with the end in mind. You have to know what you want your business to be and how you want it to end for you to know how to operate it now. And so first, specifically, I have a client, his mission has been to create a very valuable company and have some big old company buy him out. So everything we do, we design around that end goal. And that is very different than I would like, my kids are interested in the business and we would like to groom them in leadership and have them fully prepared to take on the family business and perpetuate it.
Then there's two different types of businesses completely.
Completely different.
But yet I see that no matter what business you start, especially the ones that you start on your own, that you have a dream, right? Yeah, and don't let the candle burn out. And sometimes I think that happens to people, especially when it's summertime here, right?
Yeah.
And now is the time to take the time to regroup, right?
Yeah.
Get some answers for things that might not be, going in the direction that you'd like it to go into. And as you're on that website and you can see all the wonderful things and you can learn a lot more even about Ken
Mhm.
on the website, you can also text him or call him anytime.
Yeah.
And have a consultation with him and maybe take the next step, the leap of faith, going into hiring Ken and so that he can help you. I mean, a lot of people, you might come up there and just, check it all out, and you might even use some of it, but you're not gonna get what you really need by getting the answers from Ken. And all that the best thing to do is to have that consultation with him because you're gonna find out really whether it's right or not, right?
Sure. Well, a couple of things. First of all, throughout all the material that I put out on the website, in the ebooks, in the academy, we invite you the whole way through. When it feels right to call or DM or you can web chat, you can text me. There's lots of ways to communicate with me. I'll respond in whatever channel you start in. So there's lots of places that I check in to see how you're doing. A couple of things. First of all, if you just want a quick chemistry call, just schedule a 15-minute call. We will or we won't click. Either way, you'll have one of your answers. And then the next piece is let's do a consult, right? I'll take the time to show you my profiling assessments and actually do them with you. That's just part of getting to know somebody. I happen to use talent dynamics, very leadership based. That's your nature. It's how you come to the box, as they say. And then I use the positive intelligence saboteur assessment. That's nurture. What are those mechanisms, pathways that you learned as a young person to reward yourself and or cope, and how might they be impeding you as an adult business owner? So in that conversation, we're in a full coaching interaction that your investment is time, not money, and at the end of it, you'll come to a heck yes or a heck no. Either you want to move forward in our partnership and further your business, or I'm not the right coach for you, and you go back to the interview process for your coaches or doing it yourself. Either way, we'll have an answer.
Go up onto the website. It's makingthecut.biz. Call in here and you're going to get that academy for free by calling me at 602-277-5369. And now he's also giving the quarterly business review for free as well. I went a little over by a minute and 40 seconds, okay?
It's fine.
Okay, good.
He'll fix it later.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. I was better, okay.
Yeah, you
Now,
don't lose your voice.
do you want to talk about your community, the business community?
No, I paused that anyway.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, not a
Okay.
lot of interest.
No?
No.
But if maybe people don't know, then we need to change.
It's fine. If they'll come to the website, they'll find stuff there, just leave it.
No, I meant, do you think that we should take out the commercial that I'm running?
That, I answered. It's fine.
It's fine, yes, to do it?
It's fine, leave it
the way it is,
because
okay.
it's still on my website.
Okay, your yes is my making sure.
Oh.
Because I'm not sure, I wanted to be perfectly honest, I mean, not honest, but understanding that
Yeah.
what you want me to do.
Yeah, leave the ad up.
Leave the ad up, because that's the, okay, so we have the A and B and C ad, I think, going
Yeah.
with you. I think
That's
so.
fine, because they'll find my website, and it's all still there.
Okay,
I mean,
no problem.
hey, if 6 people are interested.
That's okay, well, they will grow once they start going on to it.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Is there something that I should get to now that you wanna talk about, other than, we've got the quarterly business, we did the, academy, do you wanna talk about, you talked about, talent dynamics, you did that, positive intelligence saboteur, what's that? I just have things that I've written down here before.
That's the second assessment. So talent dynamics is your native genius, saboteur assessment is how you get in your way.
Okay, do you wanna talk about that right now?
We can. Yeah.
Okay, getting in your way, okay? Getting in your own way.
In your own way. It's self-sabotage.
Right. Okay, I got it. Ready?
Yeah,
Not me.
I'm ready. It's nice not waiting for commercials.
It was faster, huh? So welcome back, everyone. We are talking with Ken Kilday. We're live on Facebook. So hi to everybody out there. Like us and follow us. We'll share the show. I have to stop. Why did I do that? Oh God, I'm glad it's you. Oh my God. I'm sitting there waiting.
How much
at
have you
nothing.
had to drink?
Yeah, this grape juice, whatever it is. I'm just not myself. So welcome back, everyone. We're talking with Ken Kilday. He's the owner of Leaders Cut. He's a professional certified business coach. And everybody listening, and whether it's you or someone that you know, people need in business, you need a coach. You need somebody that can come in and kind of look outside from a different perspective than what you're looking at it at. Right now, a lot of us are getting kind of pretty, hot. It's that time of the year
Yeah.
where it's really hot, and so you start getting worried about your business, what to do, what's gonna happen. Well, go up onto his website, because he offers so many wonderful things for business owners out there to help them see where they are, see where they wanna go, and to have the chance to understand what real business coaching is, and on top of that, to have that chance to talk to Ken and set up an appointment with him and get to know him a little bit. So go up onto the website, it's makingthecut.biz. You're gonna see all that he's giving away, but also you're gonna see the academy there. The academy does cost money, but you're gonna get it for free by calling me. Also by calling me, you're getting along with that this quarterly business review, which everybody really needs to have. And our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Let's talk about people who procrastinate. I threw that at you.
Yeah, like procrastinate. I don't know if that's the.
Well, we talked
underlying
about people
roots.
getting in their own way.
They definitely get in their own way, but usually business owners, the way they present is, it's usually, I don't have enough time. So if there's a procrastination, it's usually because they're taking on so much, because only they can do it, and only they can do it right, and only they have the answer, and only they can make the decision. But that lends itself to why have they structured everything that way. It probably wasn't an intention, it just happened along the way because they got busier. So you've been asking me in the break a little bit about the assessments that I use. Every coach uses assessments. If you've been in any sort of business for any length of time, you've probably taken your share. You've probably taken DISC and Enneagram and a bunch of others. I've taken a dozen at least. I specifically use talent dynamics with my clients and potential clients both. It's a way to uncover what we call your natural genius. What are you naturally good at? Where do you find flow? Like what is a day where you're so interested in having such a good time you lose track of time? And for everybody that's a little bit different. And there's a couple of things we always want to uncover. Number one is where is that leader, that owner's genius, and who have they surrounded themselves with, and are there any gaps in genius? Because that's a first indicator of a blind spot. So that could be a lot of outgoing risk takers. Well, it's good to have outgoing risk takers to get the thing off the ground, but you also want to have some people that are very intentional, performance-minded, analytical, to make sure that you stay profitable. Right? So everyone plays a part. Every genius plays a part in a business. But the first step is, what are you naturally good at? Because for every gift, there's also a derailing behavior for those that don't think the same way. So it's the first step in creating a lot of awareness around who are you, and how do you show up in the world, and how do you make space and lead people who are different and tap into their talent.
Why do you do the things you do?
Exactly. Why do you do the things you do? And why might that be a great thing for your business in one circumstance and be highly annoying and drive people away in the next circumstance? It's not intentional. It's sometimes we just lack the awareness that people don't all think the same way.
Mm-hmm.
So for instance, one of the first spot on the schematic that I use is the idea person. You think, oh, that's great to have ideas. Ideas are wonderful, and you also have to have execution. So ideas that never make it off the drawing board and into execution are just ideas. They also, so that same person who has a gift for ideas also has a gift for derailing everybody by injecting additional chaos when it's not needed. I call them the one more thing people. The meeting's finished, everyone's getting up, we all have our to-do list. Oh wait, real quick, one more thing, while we're here. It's very much upsetting or disruptive rather to people that whose genius lies elsewhere, let's say. So it's created that first awareness, and that's the first assessment that I use with people, with clients for sure. But as somebody is considering coaching, that's the thing I offer to one of the two things I offer. You did it.
It was great.
Yeah.
It was great to find out a little bit more about myself, and I have to admit that there was things about it that I already knew.
Sure.
Right? That wasn't new to me, but I liked the way that it was said.
Right.
Right? And but I also think there's things that I learned about me as well, and I think we all need that.
We need that, and every assessment I hope does that for people. Is it brings you an awareness of yourself. The reason I like talent dynamics is it's also going to bring an awareness to here are these other 7 profiles that are not you, and here's how to get the most of their different talent. And I call that the language of leadership. That's what leadership is tapping into other people's talent and helping them do what they do best.
I love it. Now you can go up onto the website, which is makingthecut.biz, and you're going to see all of the things that you're going to get free there, but you're going to call into me when you see the academy that isn't free, and call here at 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. You're going to get the academy for free, and also the quarterly business review. That's going to come along with it as well. Call in here. You're going to love it that you did that. What else do we want to talk about before we go on the break?
Well, there's the second assessment called the Positive Intelligence Saboteur Assessment, called PQ, Positive Intelligence. I'm a certified coach in that assessment as well. And what that does is it helps us uncover the ways in which we may self-sabotage. So, and some of them sound like, and are, they're positive qualities, and then we always add 4 words, when taken too far. So here's one of the saboteurs is called a hyperachiever, and usually a hyperachiever will push back a little bit and say, but wait a minute, I've always been rewarded for getting results. Absolutely, getting results is great, except when taken too far. And that's when it becomes sabotaging. So it will not surprise anybody. If you are a hyperachiever, you'll recognize it. We always recognize our own, and we always recognize our opposites. And if you're not a hyperachiever, you've probably worked for or with someone, and basically they're the burnout leaders. People value what they've learned from that person and how hard they work, and they can't wait to get away so they can take a breath. Hyperachievers tend to burn out their teams because there's never a celebration, there's never a win. And it's a really common saboteur for entrepreneurs who start businesses, because that's that element of achievement.
Or you just achieve it and then you go on to the next because you want to do the next one.
Right, that's the reward, the next
That's
thing,
right.
the next thing, the next thing. So how does that manifest in leadership of business, et cetera? Well, if we're unaware of that, we get into a self-sabotaging mode, and that can bring out self-sabotaging behavior in your team as well. So everybody has them. I use the assessment to figure out where the concentrations are, so that we can be aware, because then we want to track when are we sabotaging and how do we move to what we call SAGE, the positive side of it, the aware side of it.
But how about stopping it?
Well, that's not something you stop. It's an inventory of how you're
It's
built.
just the way you are?
That's how you were raised. Yeah, I mean, we all have them to some degree or another. It's how we manage. It's awareness. Coaching is about awareness. In awareness comes a pause, and in the pause comes the choice, and in the choice comes the power.
I love that. I really do. And isn't it nice to know that we all really have that at our fingertips? We just need to know that we have it, and having Ken hear how he wants to help everybody by not only giving so much away to you, but also him. And all you have to do is go up onto his website, which is makingthecut.biz, and you'll see all of that.